No spider sense? No danger? So this has got to be weird. Bullshit.
Oh, something's wrong.
Wait! You're not being rational!
Morbius? What's he doing here? Why do I end up in the sewers?
I don't want to talk about any goblins.
I sense you're confused.
I am. There's no danger, except to my brain.
Choo-choo! This train is putting into weird law bullshit corner. Oh, I didn't even... No, never mind. That was good.
Well, no, you have to run. There you go, that's your intro
yeah.
now.
Choo-choo, yeah, motherfucker, whatever. This is Weird Law Bullshit Corner, where we talk about Spider-Man comics and why they weren't in the show because they're bad. Not the whole comics, but these specific storylines. We talk about storylines from the comics that weren't very good, and we make fun of them because they're garbage.
I think the healthiest thing to do as a comic fan is to accept that they are bad, because then you just have your little space with all the good comics, and then no one bothers you. Well, no one starts trying to make movies out of them.
Well, there've been a lot of bad adaptations that have been made into movies.
I think they cancelled El Muerto.
Oh, did they?
Do you remember?
No.
He's the wrestler guy with superpowers, who part of the Sonyverse.
No one in my brain is just like, yeah, you don't need this kind of information.
No.
Valuable real estate growing up.
Yeah, but we are in Sonyverse territory today.
Jesus Christ, yes we are.
Because we are talking about... Actually, you know what? It's been long enough that since we last recorded that you might have forgotten what we're talking about. Because this is one of the few times
I don't think
you
I did.
know in advance what it's going to be.
All I know is that it's Kraven related, and I can feel my soul.
Oh, that's it. You
dying.
already know it's Kraven related. Well, okay. So the character we're talking about today is someone from a recent episode of Spider-Man animated series.
Yeah. So we've covered quite recently on the podcast, so you should go back and... Well, that's what we do usually, so you should go back and listen to that.
Well, I mean, then normally I would be like, oh, and this is what they did in the comics in that episode, but there was some nonsense going on here, and I was like, let's just make this a weird law. Yeah. Also, I do think it's important to have an MP3 file out there that is just Spark Notes. You don't need to actually read these comics.
Yeah.
Some of them are good, actually. Some of them are good.
Weird Little Bullshit Corner. Some of them are good, actually.
I tell you what, I think... I mean, if we were to go into the minutiae, I'd probably get bummed out, but
Weird Little Bullshit Corner. If I was going to the minutiae, I'd probably get bummed out.
But I think in general, I've liked a lot of the weird law stuff.
Weird Little Bullshit Corner. In general, I've liked a lot of things.
This averages poorly, but it's mostly because the bad is so bad it drags it down. I actually do have some plans to talk about some.
There's 1,000
some stuff that there's weird law content that is
spicy,
absolutely spicy.
Yeah,
and I mean, there's no being about the bush with it. What's some weird? Just rattle off some random, insane Spider-Man things you kind of know. From the comics.
Dr. Octopus gets married to Aunt May.
Yeah, we covered that one. That was a weird law. that we haven't
covered in weird law. Yeah. Doesn't Spider-Man sell his marriage to the devil?
Mm-hmm. That's a future weird law. I'm
pretty sure he gives birth to himself at some point.
Oh yeah, that's a weird law.
Isn't there one where the comedian takes over his life and Aunt May kicks the shit out of him?
I don't think so. Mary Jane does beat up.
That's it, Mary Jane's.
Comedian with a baseball bat once.
Yeah.
But yeah. All I need to say is that I don't know what I mean to say. But anyway, fuck it. Here we are in the Weird Law Bullshit Corner again.
Yeah, it's nice and snug.
This one wasn't as bad. Well, I don't know. The concentration of awfulness for me to read was quite bad, but the amount wasn't as much. I have
noticed as we record this, your eyes are not nearly bleeding as much. It's barely.
But that's also because I did a lot of this research a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it's just been sat in a file for me to read. We've had stuff in the past where we've done like Carnage's comic history, and it's, that was like 150 comics I read for that or some shit.
You did do that.
This one is about a character who only has 18 appearances in comics to date.
And it's not Kraven.
It is not Kraven. Kraven has a lot more than 18. If Kraven the Hunter wasn't like such a important Spider-Man villain, he would probably be a weird lore,
Yeah. It's a kind of a travesty that he is an important Spider-Man villain, because he's like basically the kangaroo with more mustache.
See, that there'll be a bunch of people mad at you, but again, they shouldn't be mad, because if you really love Kraven the Hunter, like, you are a ridiculous person.
Yeah.
I say that as someone who loves Kraven the Hunter.
You're not a serious human being.
And I do think that after today, Henry might go from loving Kraven the Hunter to not.
I'm already kind of like benevolently indifferent.
What is it you like about Kraven the Hunter?
He has like lots of animal themed like bullshit going on.
Right, and you like animal.
I like animal shenanigans. Yes, yeah. I think so. That's how I put it. Animal shenanigans.
Yeah, there are definite, and there's animal shenanigans today, which is part of the reason why I was like very early on, like, this needs to be
urge to kill fading.
Anyway, this character was created by writer Denny O'Neil and artist Alan Weiss for the Amazing Spider-Man 209, which is in 1980.
Ooh.
So Kraven was quite an early villain, so he's been around since like
the 60s.
Right? Yeah, he's been around for like 15 years or something. This character is, and we're also trying another thing where I show Henry stuff on the TV.
We have a TV. We were able to like sell one of our organs for a TV. I don't know why we decided this was the way to do it. But,
I'm just going to play a TV show, and then Henry doesn't have to pay attention.
We're actually going to sit and watch TV and just record it. Oh, okay. So, for those of you listening at home, which is, I guess, everybody, so basically we have Kraven the Hunter. Calypso is behind him. That's Kraven's, like, bae. His beast bae, I guess.
Who we spoke about in a previous episode, Mariah Crawford in the animated series.
Yeah. She's been in a couple times. She's now a cat lady on the run.
Uh-huh.
And they're going off to, like, elope somewhere.
Yeah.
Where, like, bestiality laws are loose.
Yeah, they're, like... Well, I guess it's not bestiality if you're both beastie.
I feel like it's like I think the laws are kind of like grey on that particular line, and I feel like
where does Beast play into this?
He's officiating the wedding.
He's like, I just heard a cat lady was marrying someone.
Oh, thank God! I think I'm an ordained minister for nothing.
Oh man, Oh, wait, sorry.
Spin-off TV show where Beast just officiates weddings.
What would be the Beast Man? Will you be my Beast Man?
Only if I get to plan the bachelor party.
There's Sean Connery here.
I don't know.
Actually, no, that was a little bit Kelsey Grammer,
to
be fair. Anyway, that woman stood in the background is the subject.
She is very, very impressed with, sorry, what?
That's Calypso.
And she's going to be the subject of this week.
And the subject of this week is Calypso, who I would have done our comic origins on.
But like, this was too stupid to be a regular episode comic origins.
I tell you what, this introduction, not too bad. Ridiculous, but the kind of ridiculous I'm down for.
Yeah. So basically, as just for you guys at home, Kraven is wearing like a leopard print like pair of pants. He's throwing a spear at something, and Calypso's kind of getting turned on by it.
Yeah, that's kind of the gist of her early issues, but effectively in this is, as the narrator notes in the top left, somewhere in the Caribbean. And
Kraven's saying in the dialogue that this isn't a waste at all. There's nothing wasteful in the prowess of Kraven the Hunter, but that thing's going through a window and killing like a fucking local islander.
Well, he's not wasteful.
Is that definitely the weird law? Is it them like getting rid of like a body of a local islander? Everyone, you put the spear right in my chest, man.
I mean, there's definitely some innocent people murdered in this.
I assumed.
But speaking of wastefulness, he's not wasting any fabric with this costume, which is, I mean,
You probably could use a little bit more fabric around the.
I mean,
groin
I
area.
don't know if people understand what Kraven really looks like in the comics in these early ones, because he's got like it's real skin tight, like leopard print, like tights he's got on, and then a vest over a bare chest, which has like the lion
face,
the lion face, and the pelt on the back. But there's a lot of bare skin, and this.
I imagine it gets hot in that thing, so.
Yeah, or maybe it's very breathable. Oh, well, maybe not.
Or maybe the lion's
trousers.
head was just too small and that just ripped naturally.
But how would you describe, like, I mean, we'll get some better images of Calypso soon. But
it kind of looks like she's in like the first scene of an Austin Powers movie where like the spirit's covering up her breasts.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that.
Yeah.
Calypso is introduced here. This is her first panel. That's all you really get. She is the companion of Kraven. And she is basically negging him. Her whole thing is that she, in these early issues, she'll say something like, "You did not waste your talents on mere mannequins. You hunted the real Spider-Man." And she'll say stuff like, "Oh, of course, I realize you're not so young anymore."
Oh, shit.
And then she'll say, Kraven at one point says that Spider-Man cost him his honor. And her response is, "The memory of your last humiliation at his hands, does this not rankle you?" Like, she's very much goading him into coming out of his idyllic Caribbean getaway into going back to New York and trying to attack a random man.
This is like either like weird like sex shit or emotional abuse, which is what's happening.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of this stuff that you can.
Look, he's got like his own like spider. So if you just into like a mannequin of Spider-Man, you were not kidding. That was my next question. Was like, he's got a mannequin of Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, of course he does. And he's like, "Wait, what? Spider-Man?" I wasn't even thinking about him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you'll get like a better idea of him and the way she kind of goads him into getting back at Spider-Man.
What's her like dog in this fight?
Her dog in this fight is that she, I guess, there's this idea that she's like in love with the Kraven the Hunter, not Kraven, I suppose.
I guess
like she wants him to be
killing people.
Yeah, she wants him to be the best that he is, and she's the Iago on his shoulder a little bit in these early issues. But also, she really does love him and doesn't really have much of her personality.
She said, "I love Kraven," and
I will say it's not rare for Marvel Comics in the 80s to not treat their women of color very well.
Are you saying it's not unusual for them to be loved by anyone?
I mean, when Kraven loves her, I guess that is unusual, though. Anyway, they have a, quote, shipment of animals to deliver to New York.
A ship? What?
When they arrive, delivering this shipment of animals, this is just their reason to do it. You know what she does? What do you think you would do if you were someone who wanted to see the real Kraven the Hunter and you were shipping animals with him to New York?
You fucking let those motherfuckers loose.
That's 100% what she does.
That's so horribly dangerous.
Without the funny thing, this is also how Kraven was introduced in his first issue, was by like a bunch of animals getting out and him beating them up.
He's gonna fucking punch a lion in the face again.
But he comes to New York. He's like in disguise, like wearing a trench coat
and like a hat.
Yeah, exactly. And she kind of forces him off because she wants him to like get back into the Kraven the Hunter thing, and so she
lets a fucking gorilla
out, and he has to throw his trench coat off and stop this policeman from being beaten to death by a gorilla.
Yeah, that'll do it. So they got fired from that job, right? I feel like when you hire someone to transport animals, the one thing they want you to do is to let them loose on a policeman.
Yeah, I think this is like the one legitimate job that the Cravens had,
and they're definitely you're getting fired from that. So one thing they ask you not to do.
So he basically like shows up his skill. Spider-Man is there, and he's like sees Kraven helping, and is like, in a way I actually really like, which is part of the reason I think this issue does have some charm. He's like kind of like sees Kraven. He's like, oh, but he's putting the animals away, and he's like, if I go over there, if like Kraven sees me, this is not going to go well. I don't have any beef with Kraven. He's just keeps picking fights with me.
I'm gonna let him do his thing.
Yeah, he's 100%. He's just like, yeah. And there's
I don't have time for this today.
And I think at this point, also like Kraven like kind of sees Spider-Man and just it's like they see each other, but they don't know the other one's seen each other.
Okay.
And then Kraven also has that same thing of like, you know, not gonna fuck with Spider-Man. Like it's not my thing anymore. Yeah. But she's pretty mad.
Calypso's like, no, that was motherfucking Spider-Man did that shit.
Yeah,
kick his ass.
And she's like saying that Spider-Man released the animals.
Yeah.
And then calling Kraven a coward. She slaps him in the face.
Oh shit!
Leading to the "You dare? I could crush you, woman."
Yes, you could. But could you crush him, Spider-Man? I'm assuming after this they want to have sex right away.
Yeah, and by have sex they fight Spider-Man because that's sex for them.
Is that what they call sex now? You're going to go and fight Spider-Man?
Yeah. Look at Kraven like yucking it up over here, and eventually they do get into a fight at the Museum of Natural History. It's kind of a weird thing because they fight, but like the whole time, like Kraven is like not super into it, and she's just like in the background, like
cackling,
and like also she looks really weird in this panel.
I don't know what's going on with her lips.
Yeah,
her mouth is like kind of like falling off the side of her face a little bit. And she's like wrapped around a pole of some kind.
And he's like
beating the shit out of Spider-Man.
And I think at this point, Spider-Man's like, who the fuck is Calypso? While he's like, Calypso, watch me. And in the end, like, Spider-Man like defeats Kraven and
he makes him look like a bitch for Calypso.
Yeah, but then it's like Calypso has already been arrested. And they don't explain.
Or is it for like public indecency?
Well, maybe. Maybe
but man,
it was,
you can't be doing that in a public space.
Maybe it was just good old fashioned NYPD racism.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
she was loitering.
And that's how that first encounter ends.
Okay, so this is that's the comic ends at that point.
Yeah, it's just the end they go to jail.
Okay.
And okay, that image is not that was not meant to be here. That's an image of Calypso from the Spider-Man 3 game.
Yep, she looks
I'm tempted to make it the image, but it's just I thought these images are funny. Maybe I'll put them in Discord or something.
That is fucking great. Oh, hello. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like she was naked for a second there, doesn't it? But she's not.
She's not that much far off of it though.
No, but this is her like bongo era.
She got really in the bongos.
So in Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man 65, 2 years later.
Mm-hmm. So for folks at home, she's playing the bongos while Kraven meets the shit out of people. They're like hired prey to like go to like keep them strong and ready for the fight.
Exactly, yeah.
And they're being a little bit racist, I'm not gonna lie. They kind of say like, we just want to keep our skins. That weird bongo lady is like freaking us out.
Her whole thing at this point is that she uses the I don't know if I'm saying this right, but the bira bells and the Yoruba spirit drum, which are ceremonial objects to becloud the mind of an enemy. Effectively, the idea is that it would be confusing, I guess, to hear bongos while you're fighting someone, but also in such a way that it like interferes with Spider-Man's spider sense.
Wow. Okay.
So little known fact: Spider-Man weakness, much like kryptonite, is bongos. At this point, she's less pushy. She's like, "You won my heart after you broke us out of jail."
Oh, these just get right over that. They Kraven broke out of jail. I thought they were like on parole or something.
No, they broke out and like they're Bonnie and Clyding it around.
Yeah.
And then there's some fun stuff where like Spider-Man at one point like says to Kraven like, "You start these senseless fights, you get beat, and then you come whining back for a rematch," which is the best summary of Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah.
It does get darker, Kraven's last hunt and everything.
It goes all the way.
But like, there's a lot of him like kind of coming in, getting his ass beat, and then being like, "We must rematch." And the whole time Spider-Man's like, "I never wanted to fight in the first place.
Why are we doing this? I guess we're fighting again at some point."
Okay, and this episode quickly becomes this issue becomes more insane in the dialogue. See, there she is with the Birabaos.
Mm-hmm.
This whole time as well. Can you describe that outfit?
It is like so basically she's got like a purple loincloth.
Yeah.
And then she's got like a little like I guess
It's like a
it's like a halter top, but like there's
gold.
yeah, there's a little gold halter top, but there's no strap in the back. So like basically, she jumps up and down too high, and it's like going over her head.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know what time of year this is, but I don't think all times of the year and in New York City are very kind to this outfit.
Yeah, she we can go outside in like the summer months, really. Oh Jesus!
Oh, that's him like doing a
fucking just crushing Kraven's head between his legs.
Yeah, like a Black Widow move.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, and he ends up taking her bongos away from him.
Yeah,
but the idea is like her assist for Kraven is to A, play the drums, B, throw weapons for him to use, and C, give him the incentive of shame.
Wow.
to keep him going.
Burgess Meredith and Rocky movies. Just like...
There's some insane, like, I got some quotes here, like, let's see what I can do about the chick whose percussion is paralyzing my grey matter. And, no, you shall not sully Calypso's person with your insect-like touch.
He's all wrong.
As the fight goes on, she's surprised for some reason that Kraven is getting beat, and she's, despite how much smaller Spider-Man is than him, and she's like, okay, Kraven doesn't want me to interfere, but I'm gonna secretly interfere, and she like gets out a crossbow and shoots Spider-Man with like a hallucinatory dart.
Man, I want to be a fly on the wall for their couples therapy.
He then takes Spider-Man down fairly easily. He's kind of confused, whereas like she's just like, "Oh, you success! You beat him! Like, you know, that's amazing. Like the fact that it was easy to you just means how strong you are." And Kraven,
like bullshit.
He says that conclusion merely renders all my prior defeats more humiliating. is the quote?
God.
And then he's like strangling Spider-Man. Yeah. They put on this war mask on Spider-Man, so he's like bumbling around like with this.
You can't see where he's going.
You can't see where he's going. But it's as this is happening, he notices the dart and he's like, "Woman," you know, and realizes like she's fucked it up. And this is where it gets like crazy because Spider-Man's like hallucinating. Kraven is like, I mean, this is the couple therapy you were talking about. Says, "You have shamed me by turning my hunt into a slaughter," and tries to save Spider-Man as he's like falling off a building, but Spider-Man's like thinking that, like, you know,
he's tripping balls, basically.
Yeah, he thinks that he's seen like snakes come out of the ground and all kinds of crazy.
And for those of you at home, Kraven is using I statements to kind of like justify his point, which is very good.
And because Kraven doesn't feel like this is a just victory, he tries to save Spider-Man, even at the point where the police have arrived.
Because of course they have.
Calypso throws a spear at Spider-Man, which, you know, Kraven ends up saving and gets super mad at her and is basically like, "You were trying to rob me of what I cherish most, my dignity."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, you don't need to beat Spider-Man to, you know, win my affection. I don't give a shit."
Even though last time I was doing exactly that.
Yeah, even though this is what my whole character has been about until this point.
Yeah.
But then he says, "How can I love a woman who cannot understand the meaning of honor, of dignity?" And
as he says in his leopard print pants.
As he says in his leopard print pants as they both get arrested.
Yeah. "Let me have my dignity, woman."
But then after this whole weird night for Spider-Man, he kind of comes away thinking like, oh, maybe there's actually more to Kraven because like he kind of saved me there and he had the chance to kill me. Yeah. But maybe there's like he actually has honor.
I guess he was yelling about his honor like throughout that fight, so I guess.
Yeah, I mean he hasn't stopped talking about honor.
Yeah,
at any
like
point.
the whole way through. I'm starting to pick up a pattern here.
Okay, now we get past the wait, what? My files have become confused with my Black Cat files.
That's another day in the life of a Spider-Man podcaster.
Or a weird pervert.
It can be two things.
Now we enter the Dark Ages.
Okay. So things get dark and weird.
This is where I'm going to go off on a bit of a comic history tangent, but I do think this is relevant. Others may argue that it is not.
Well, if you're going to argue about relevance, you wouldn't be listening to this podcast at all.
what I want to say is that basically
Oh God.
we come into some Todd McFarlane, who is not my favorite writer, artist, especially on
Spider-Man's
Spider-Man.
head looks so fucking huge. What's wrong with his head?
Oh, this is I think one of the best Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man images, which is the cover of Spider-Man #1
Mm-hmm.
in 1990.
It's covered in spiders. Which is
And
kind of rad, actually.
to put this into context, right? Todd McFarlane is, a big name in comics at this point, and he basically gets given the reins to a new Spider-Man title, the adjectiveless Spider-Man, which, there's been the Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, and then they're like, this one's just Spider-Man. It's the 90s. We're doing...
So he kind of vetoed Extreme Spider-Man.
I mean, it should have been called the Extreme Spider-Man, but this opening arc is a 5-part arc called Torment. And what do you do with your opening arc of your new ultra serious, ultra dark Spider-Man story?
Oh, you go to a funeral, right?
Use Calypso, everyone's favorite Spider-Man villain,
Yeah.
who hasn't been in a comic for 8 years.
Because she's been in jail, I presume, at this point.
The thing to put into context here, right? This first issue, you can see at the top it says like all new collector's item issue, The Legend of the Arachknight. I'm sure they wanted to get that running like the Dark Knight or something.
The Arachknight returns and that shit.
But basically, this broke sales records
In a good way.
Which I don't know what you mean in a good way. In a good way, like Transformers Dark Side of the Moon broke sales records.
Yeah. As in, like, no one bought this comic.
No, right.
Literally no one. 0 people bought this comic. Everyone was like, nah.
No, everyone was super down for it.
Okay.
And the idea of it being a #1 title helped a lot, I think.
Uh-huh.
It was later beaten the following year by Rob Liefeld's X-Force 1. And X-Force issue 1, not X-Force 1, like it's Air Force 1.
Like the porn version of Air Force 1.
Collectors were huge at this point. It's not a straight line, but I do think that this, for me, is like symptomatic of like a title that was blown way out of proportion, that people, I think, were pretty positive at the time, and there was a long time where people were like, kind of like, Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man is like the one and not something you can argue about. And I always felt like I thought it was kind of bad, even as a kid, but I feel like now it's more accepted
People
opinion.
came to their senses, basically.
Even Todd McFarlane doesn't think this comic is good. It's kind of an iconic image now. Like people do redos of this image. He's like crouched down with like a bunch of webs,
And like it's covered in spiders.
Yeah.
I want to reiterate, covered in spiders. Has that been a thing with Spider-Man before, where he's been like one with the spiders?
That doesn't play in here. There's just like an artistic thing.
Yeah, okay. This looks cool.
It's gonna get worse. I'll give you that's a little hint of like the way these issues looked in terms of that they're all vertical panels. Lots of text, thin panels where like a lot is going on in them, but like you can only see bits and bobs, and it will continue to look like that even when you've got faces, and then you'll have a stripped down thing where it's just like
Peter Parker's nose.
Yeah, his nose and like half an eye, and
because
like,
I think it kind of works here.
It does work in some instances, and I think it also there's the fact that Todd McFarlane is writing and drawing,
so he's overworked.
He's overworked, but like he's also like he can synthesize those things a bit, and I think sometimes you get this kind of art and a writer that's not on the same page, and then it becomes a nightmare to read.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these comics from this era, the early 90s, like, I find just so hard to read that I think I just start, my eyes glaze over at a certain point, and I can't even say whether I like them or not.
They're just kind of there.
But this is, I say the Dark Ages here. That's actually a term some people use for talking about comics in this era, also known as the Chrome Age, because of how many comics were sold with hollow foil covers as like a marketing gimmick.
That's so lame.
A lot of mainstream comics will go more adult, darker and edgier, more sex and violence, gritty portrayals of like classic characters. It's also a dark age in that you can't see what the fuck is going on. Effectively, what happened is that comics in their origins weren't very well regarded.
Yeah.
So by time they got more popular, those early issues were in short supply because people weren't preserving them, and
They didn't give a shit.
they didn't give a shit about them.
Yeah.
So they became rare, which is why you get something like Amazing Spider-Man 1, Amazing Fantasy 15. Those things will go for like hundreds of thousands because of like the rarity of them. And they basically, because of this collector's market emerging at this point, they were like, let's make current comics extra valuable in the future. So that's do issue once, to make it a landmark issue.
And history will forget that we did it for marketing. Yes.
Yeah, and let's do a special edition cover. Let's do a big death. Maybe let's kill Superman. And this is where you start seeing that thing emerging of no one, stays dead or people get killed for shock value, which is now becoming a recurring thing in comics.
Oh, and outside of comics too.
What, people dying?
Game of Thrones.
Oh, right.
People die all the time.
I thought you were talking about COVID.
Oh, yeah. No, I wasn't talking about COVID, but not on this occasion.
I mean, it's continuing now. There's actually a big thing going around right now. I won't say it because there's a chance people have not seen it in spoilers and would rather see it organically. But there were leaks from an upcoming Spider-Man issue in which they do the whole who's gonna die thing.
Oh,
the character that they chose to die is someone that people are like kind of pissed about, whether or not they come back to life, because it's like you're just killing this person off for Peter Parker to be sad about it, and then you're probably going to bring them back. But the choice that they made on the character is a wild one. The issue isn't out yet, so it's like you can't say how they handle it, but pretty unanimous response was what the fuck. But that's just the way these things go now, because they want to sell the events and everything.
Okay.
I told you this was a tangent.
A little bit of a tangent.
Yeah. So there was like a lot of over ordering of comics by dealers who were incentivized that there's all these variant covers, holofoil covers, trading cards, and shake up storylines.
Wasn't this the point in Marvel Comics where they got so bad that to sell things to Disney?
Almost. The Disney thing came it's wild to think. The Disney thing came in 2012. It was post Avengers, I think.
Oh, really?
Or right before Avengers.
I think okay.
But
there was a point where comics tanked so badly that Stan had to sell off the properties.
Yeah.
Because that's how we get a Sony Spider-Man, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
And this is preceded by Todd McFarlane and that era of comic book.
And I don't think people always make that connection. And it's not like Todd McFarlane's fault.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Both Liefeld also around.
It's an editorial thing.
Yeah.
It's just at the center of it were these hot new artists who happen to be Rob Liefeld and Todd McFarlane, whose work I really don't like.
But also, just to say, you can see where the marketing gimmicks got them. You can see how badly they backfired.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? It all went to shit in '96.
Yeah.
So I think this series ran into 95 or something. Mm-hmm. But I think by '96, Todd McFarlane was off making Spawn and doing his own solo shit. In '96, things were not going well for comics in general, but especially Marvel. In '97, Marvel files for bankruptcy.
Oh shit!
During this period, one of these owners, I think is Ronald Perelman.
Ron Perlman.
I'm gonna say it. Not Ron. Ron Perelman is this guy, and as far as I can tell from reading about it, this dude parachuted into this burning, crashing plane, took all their money, and then parachuted out again. Because he kind of doubled down on the bad decisions and bought majority stock in Marvel for $80 million. But by the time he left, he'd made 200 to 400 million apparently, and Marvel was now in 700 million debt. So
he took a sinking ship, plundered it for gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's how put them in more debt.
Yeah, and it's he comes out of it. He did everything legally, and as far as people knew, and he's I didn't do anything wrong, and like, and maybe he didn't, but like it just looks suspicious as fuck.
Yeah. It's always good when someone does something and goes, I didn't do anything wrong. That's always a good thing to know.
Yeah, and the other thing is like you got this is also a point I think where you start getting more stereotypes of like comic fans, and that like comic book guy, right, is the collector. That's where that sort of comes from. It's like the aging fan who has become obsessive about collecting things in an era where that was super important in the 90s. And then you've got like the dark and gritty things for teenagers who want their comics to be taken seriously,
I wonder where that's going to come back in.
Yeah, and so the problem with those things is that those are not like growth markets.
No.
Those are people doubling down on their old beliefs, and then there's new fans who are going to get older and probably change their mind, Are
people going to like demand like special cuts of these comics or anything like that? Or...
But anyway, what I just mean to say is like this is what I think of when I think of these comics, and also like you can see how this leads on. Like they lose all that money, they sell Fantastic Four to Fox and Spider-Man to Sony,
and I think also X-Men to Fox, right?
X-Men to Fox, Blade to Sony, and
basically anything they take.
Yeah, and then you can see how that like changed everything. You know? I just think it's really interesting. It's just this weird coinciding of like mainstream comics in general kind of becoming a lot worse, and also all the sales tanking based on what they think people want. Yeah,
there's
Anyway,
that's probably like a crystal ball we're staring into now.
Yeah. Issue 1 of this motherfucker. I would say that the writing is pretty bad here. It kind of reads like it's like Todd McFarlane's second language.
It reads like the opening for fucking Powerpuff Girls.
Okay, so here's a quote, right? Commercial success didn't equate to critical acclaim for McFarlane's new venture, and many found the artist's attempts at writing to be clumsy, unsophisticated, and pretentious. And there was a frequent sense, as with many writer-artists, that McFarlane's scripts were being written in such a way as to give him something cool to draw, rather than to provide a particularly compelling or satisfying story. The funny thing is, like, there's a quote here, which is the thing I like the most about Todd McFarlane, is this quote where he says, "Well, Spider-Man 1 is the beginning of me starting to put kinks on the page writing, which you have to then eventually, like all writers do." He has to
explore his kinks on the page. You say he has to explore his kinks on the page?
No, he's like, I think like working through kinks is like a phrase, right? Like, like when you're working through your issues,
like
writing.
Creases or like different like folds and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah. But basically, it was like all writers have to get through that. But I was in this weird situation, and that the first issue where I was writing, arguably the worst story I ever write is going to be the one that the most people bought, which makes me feel a little bit sorry for him, because it's like he's given this like too much pressure
to write and also draw this comic. One of the biggest comics, not the biggest comic in Marvel like comics.
Yeah, and
there's all this hype around it and stuff like that. He's on a deadline. He's got to do everything himself. There's no like oversight really, because he's fucking Todd McFarlane at this point. And like
there's this guy called Glenn Herdling who will come up again in a bit. Who. But he claims that McFarlane got this gig and he was like, I don't know what to do. I need a good villain. I don't know who to pick to start off this thing. And Herdling was like,
he picked wrong.
And Herdling was like, you gotta do Calypso. I love Calypso. And
he's definitely working through some kinks on the page.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, he is. But that's
kinks
apparently
were worked through.
That's apparently McFarlane's whole thing. I thought I'd be making way more notes on this comic than I did, but it's very repetitive. But the idea of it is called Torment because it's Spider-Man getting tormented by Calypso for no real reason. The lizard has started attacking random homeless people and murdering them. That's how we start the comic.
Sure. Extreme.
And it's a mysterious...
America's homeless issue is out of control. How are we going to fix it with lizard people? Yeah.
A mysterious drumbeat is driving the lizard to do this. And we see a mysterious figure make a potion with like a spider and a lizard and blood and stuff. And he's got like Spider-Man's having the drum beat messed with his head, and he's poisoned, and he's being attacked over and over again by a lizard. There's lots of sort of like gore for a comic like this.
Of course. Does he still have a lab coat on?
I think so, yeah. I mean, he always has the lab coat. That's the way he goes. This is what his art generally like looks like. It's very exaggerated.
Busy.
Until in the fight, Spider-Man pushes Lizard, and he is impaled through the chest and murdered. So Spider-Man, in his confusion and the fight, accidentally kills the Lizard. So this is technically, as far as we've talked on the show, the second time Spider-Man has murdered someone.
There's probably more to come.
Well, no, I guess
it's both accidental as well.
Yeah, both accidental, but look, these are
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often, honestly.
And we start seeing glimpses of who this mysterious figure is, making up potions and stuff. Again, a lot of these vertical panels.
There's also those didn't need to be those. There's a lizard's mouth,
and basically ending with.
God, this looks like shit. I'm sorry, folks.
These are some of the best panels.
My eyes.
He basically gets attacked so much that he's like sleeping in an alley.
Yeah.
Under
some rubble.
Yeah. Well, as the narration says, nestled in your bed of garbage.
Well, that's just like an apartment in New York in the 90s.
It's also a comic in the 90s.
Bed of garbage. Something like pixie soup.
But basically what happens is that Lizard's body disappears and then attacks him again. And it seems like the lizard just keeps coming back to life and repeatedly attacking him and trying to kill him. And there's like no let up from it. And then he starts hallucinating and seeing an old friend who he has not seen for a little while.
Kraven. Oh, okay, that's way less material than he was wearing last time.
Oh, that's where you're concentrating, not the hole in his head.
Oh, sorry, I just got like confused with a loincloth.
Yeah, that loincloth is not doing.
It's not leaving a lot to the imagination.
Literally just a slight gust of wind.
So what Calypso was wearing in that previous issue, just over his junk.
At least it's equal opportunity nudity.
Yeah.
And
then also that like the lizards behind him like wrapped around his legs.
Mm-hmm. And
is the whole happened from like Kraven's Last Hunt?
This is after Kraven's Last Hunt. So for those who don't know, Kraven's Last Hunt is a iconic story which ends with
Kraven.
I mean, spoilers for like 30 years ago or whatever, but like Kraven shooting himself in the head.
Goes the way of Ernest Hemingway and or Kurt Cobain.
Yeah. And like Spider-Man stuff. Look at this shit.
Good.
It's so hard to look at, right? This is, you remember like a few like episodes back and I was just like really depressed. It was because I was reading this. But there's a
way to like introduce
so
this
much
new
blood.
kind of way of introducing comics to me. And like, yeah, look at all this shit I have to deal with.
And there's Calypso there.
Yeah, she's wearing more material than she was last time.
Yeah, but again,
I don't know what kind of sorcery she's using to keep it alive.
This is the other thing. Like her hair, like, can you describe her? Because like I think it's important to note like how she is drawn. Because this is not like a weird angle. That's just like her model in this, you know?
Yeah.
Can you describe her outfit and proportions?
Okay, so outfit. I don't know if you can call it that, but she's wearing what Kraven's wearing, so a loincloth with a little bit of like fabric to cover up, not even the boobs, but the nips.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, like strips.
Little strips. It's one of those things where she bends down or like stretches her back too much and they're just gonna like come apart.
Yeah.
And then she's got this wild like hair. She's got these like bracelets and stuff like that. And then she's throwing her arms up in the air. Her hands, I don't know what she's doing with her
like
hands.
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Like moving hands. You know?
Yeah. She's like throwing her hip forward, so she's doing it like a 45-degree angle for some reason.
Yeah.
Probably because of the outfit doesn't stand up straight, but like.
Yeah. She's standing in a way which is both thrusting her boobs and her butt out, as is the style.
As is the style at the time. Anyway, the lizard is holding her in place because she can't stand like this for very long without hurting herself.
Yeah, she needs to be supported.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other thing is like she's like ludicrously skinny, but like huge boobs and huge hair, and her features are very exaggerated as well, as you'll later
It's just like someone who's never like seen a woman
This is also how I read this quite young, and I remember it was the first pure like memory I have of like not liking a Spider-Man comic.
Alright.
Some of the art, you see some of this, and I'm like, it's not like good, but I'm like, this is how it should look.
This is
like
an idea.
like a 9, like when it's the pages broke up into 9, and it's like a bit like
You move through like things very quickly.
you can be stylish within the panel, but it's not like a mess all happening at once.
Yeah.
But basically, to go back to the actual story, he's seeing Kraven, and that's the big shock of like, there's a lot of like shock endings to these issues. Like, oh shit, Kraven's bad, but it's hallucination, and it's Calypso behind it all. And she won't say anything about her plan other than to say that like Kraven is dead now because he was too weak, and she is now like getting her revenge on Spider-Man. And she's become a lot darker since we last saw her.
Yeah, I can see that.
In which, like, in those early images, she's very like happy-go-lucky and smiling, and then being a bit like toxic, but like
in like a wholesome way.
Yeah, but she's drenched in blood for a lot of this.
Yeah, she must be ill. Yeah.
She thinks back to her time on quote a small Caribbean island where magic is the ruler of the land, and here's where we will kind of get into the weird, I don't know what you would call it, like
probably kind of racist.
I was gonna say like Caribbean exploitation or something, like whatever the word is for that, but like racism also works. Yeah. According to her, she learned the ways of the tribal leaders, embraced the ways of evil, had her sacred ceremonial baptism, then seemingly kills their leader, and it's after that she met Kraven.
Right.
But when he did leave, her lust needed direction. So she seduced the gods in her quest for immeasurable power. She needed to become not a witch, but the witch.
Ooh.
No, it's not. She sacrifices her sister to get more power.
Oh, shit.
I told you innocent people were going to get murdered.
Yeah.
Which is all part of her like gaining this nebulous sort of power. Like some of that imagery, like it's simple like colors, and stuff like that kind of looks all right. The spider is pathetic, a foe who is too weak to beat the powers of death, the powers of the voodoo. Remember how a couple of issues, not a couple of episodes back, last episode when we talked about Calypso, and then I was like all ready to talk about voodoo, and then I was like, wait, there's no voodoo in this show. Because there's a lot of voodoo here, because she is a voodoo witch.
Of course she is, yeah.
And that's why this opening arc is Spider-Man versus voodoo.
Yeah.
And
it's the inspiration for that movie Marked for Death with Steven Seagal.
I don't actually remember the voodoo in there.
The whole movie was him getting cursed by a voodoo priest.
I don't know.
God.
A whole lot of it is just like a lot of narration about how bad a time Spider-Man is having.
It's a lot of beatification.
While she sort of does vague magic shit, and everyone bleeds and sweats and cries, and
Spider-Man's mask is like barely there at this point.
Yeah, and then at a certain point, right, he breaks free, and in the fight, her candles like hit this ruptured gas line, and the building explodes. Somehow they all survive, and then he at one point like throws chains at the lizard so hard it breaks his neck.
Oh shit! The lizard dies again.
Yeah, I think he dies the second time here.
What, 2 accidental murders?
Yeah, and then
there's gonna be more.
This whole time he's poisoned, by the way. And the best part of it is at the end of this issue, right? The building collapses, she disappears, so does the lizard. Spider-Man survives, and then he gets over the poison because, quote, whatever it is that made him a Spider-Man will also save his life. So, fuck it.
That doesn't know how poison works, but okay. So she made it as poison specifically for Spider-Man that won't kill him, but make him... Hold on, so...
She poisons him, but it doesn't matter in the end. Because he was Spider-Man.
But isn't the whole point that she made the specific poison to poison Spider-Man?
Yeah.
And the whole thing is like, oh, because of the way I did it, he'll get over it.
No, because he's Spider-Man.
So why did she go over the trouble of making him a poison? I feel that's the one thing, like, if you have, like, rat poison, deciding to kill a rat, you don't go, well, because he's a rat, it's going to be fine, because that's the point of making the rat poison. That doesn't make any sense.
Lucky for you, we've got a guest today. Everybody welcome Todd McFarlane.
Woo! Top of phone. No, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to talk to you right now.
No, he
comics suck. I probably couldn't do better.
Yeah, and then this issue ends with
now he's crying. I made Tom Holland cry.
This issue ends with, it is the fact that being a hero makes you a target. Unprovoked attacks that make no sense, that give no answers. For, without reason, the mind can only imagine. Speculations that drive you crazy. That will be your torment. And then the lizard comes back to life, and it's the end of that story. And then Todd McFarlane never writes, like, Calypso again. So, like... this
it comes to nothing.
No, it's the point of the story is called Torment, is that sometimes bad shit happens for no reason, you don't know why. And as much of a edgy, like, horror story sort of vibe this has got, in the context is very hand wavy, like...
Yeah, fuck it, whatever.
I just wanted to draw Spider-Man drenched in blood and with his costume fucked up. And also, here's a reason to do it.
And also work through some kinks of some kind.
See if I can draw a woman.
I almost got there, you guys. I was 80% of the way there.
Yeah. Funnily enough, she actually comes back in Daredevil 2 years later in actually a really similar form. And
to torment Daredevil in exactly the same way.
To torment Daredevil in a much more confusing way.
Oh shit! No,
this art is I'd say worse.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's arguably worse.
And she's like way more witchy, way more demonic.
Yeah.
Here, right?
This feels more racist. Yeah, my racism levels are like my racism senses are tingling.
So basically, this is the artist is Scott McDaniel, the writer is Glenn Herdling, who we spoke about before. He was the guy who was like, you should do Calypso.
He was working through his kinks.
Yeah. I think like Herdling is just like super into voodoo as a concept, but he's also like read like, I don't know, the 1992 equivalent of a Wikipedia article.
Or he's watched Steven Seagal's Marked for Death.
Yeah, I think he watched Marked for Death and he was like, this shit is cool. I'm not going to do it anymore.
I love Steven Seagal.
But he
a comic about this.
He looked up a couple of things because there was like some weird like voodoo lore where I'm like, he must actually like
practice a bit of voodoo.
he like looked up some names for stuff. You know, this Hurdling guy actually made a Christian superhero called the Illuminator, who gets more powerful by his faith. Like the more faith he has,
that's actually kind of cool.
Whatever.
There should be like, I feel like the Bible should have a story like that where like some guy just like
Jesus.
Probably Jesus. No, Jesus dies actually because he has too much faith.
Yeah, but like he chose to die though. Pretty much.
I think he chose to die, but I didn't think he was told what was going to happen.
If Jesus wanted to, he could have like burned down everyone's crops with his laser eyes.
Like pulled out Pontius Pilate's
He could have like flexed and the crucifix disintegrates.
Yeah. He was like, I'll take this L, the rest of humankind. But yeah, like, I guess like there's been like no guy who just like prays himself away to like. Actually, that's most of the Bible. Never mind.
This whole issue, right? This comes off the back of a confusing thing, which is that there's an event called Infinity War, which is not
the Infinity War that we know of.
The Infinity Gauntlet is like the thing with the Infinity Gauntlet and Thanos and the stuff.
That doesn't sound as cool.
Yeah. Infinity War was the follow-up series, which has nothing to do with any of it. But like the main thing is like, okay, Adam Warlock has a evil alter ego. Like he's like two beings at once, or three beings at once. But like
it's like a Kang thing. A Kang thing.
It's almost a Kang thing. There is some kind of like time travel involved, I think.
Of course.
But anyway, this guy is. It's also kind of racist now. I think about it. He has,
this is the racist episode.
He has like a purple afro. I think this guy.
Okay.
Wait, let me see if I can.
It's just gonna be fucking like Ryan Warlock is gonna be in blackface for this. Oh mate.
Magus or Magus? I don't know.
Okay.
Magus.
Okay. Yeah. Magus. Yeah. Magus. I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh.
That's what Magus looked like.
I don't know if that's racist. It's definitely not racist.
I've heard other people call it racist, so I'm if someone calls that racist, you're not gonna like fight it too hard.
You're like, yeah, I can see that. I can't explain if it's not racist. I can't explain why, but I also think it might be racist. It's kind of like a little bit of like a voodoo, like...
Oh, this guy isn't voodoo, it's all spaceship, but...
he's got like a voodoo look going on.
It's just he's evil.
Got like a skull, like belt buckle.
This is the thing, Adam Warlock is like, I mean, he's gold, but he's like a gold white man, you know, he's got like blonde hair and and he's very much a Jesus type, and then they have Magus is like kind of the opposite of him, so maybe he's like the Antichrist, and
he's like got like a
kind of looks like a black guy, like a space black man. You know how there's like Godzilla and Space Godzilla?
Yeah, among other things.
Yeah.
What comics are so stupid.
Yeah. Anyway, the reason I bring that up is that storyline, Magus' plan is it involves at one point making evil doppelgangers of everyone, which the
great replacement theory.
But anyway, I don't want to get too distracted by Infinity War. But anyway, one of the things that gets created is like the evil versions of people. There is an evil Daredevil that is a devil, basically.
Okay.
And at the end of that, there's still some remnants going on. The Spider-Man doppelganger is also around.
Okay.
There's this devil that is then running around, and basically she is
slapping the shit out of it.
Yeah, her idea is that she thinks it's Daredevil, and she's involved with these like.
She never met Daredevil.
She's involved with these like warlords in Haiti, and there's like a Haitian refugee comes to Matt Murdock, and they're on like opposing sides because that guy's like a part of the rebellion or something, and then she goes after Daredevil, finds this devil guy, and then like tries to control it like she does with the lizard. She's doing the same bullshit she did before, and she calls this whole time she like calls Daredevil the Red Man. It's mostly just her fighting this thing over and over.
For what aim?
Because I think she thinks it's Daredevil, and then she's like, oh, it's not, but I'm gonna like make this my bitch.
I guess in for a penny, in for a pound, right?
And she ends up beating it into submission. And then she's like, okay, now I'm after you, motherfucker, after Daredevil. And then starts trying
he's deaf, isn't he? So this is going to be a bad time for him.
Well, you mean he's blind?
He's deaf. Yeah, he's blind, not deaf.
But Bongos is fucking with his...
How many superheroes have the weakness Bongos in the Marvel Universe?
At least 2, I guess.
I don't know if Adam Warlock is a hero, but he also has a weakness of Bongos because they're just too, like, ethnic.
Now her thing, as you can see there, is that she makes like Daredevil into her zombie, and he now has like a white suit.
Oh, that's Daredevil.
That is Daredevil.
Who's he teabagging?
I think he's meant to be strangling an unnamed Haitian man with his.
From this angle, it's
billy club.
So he's strangling him, but like from this angle, it just looks like his crotch is like rested on his head gently.
Unfortunately, like you could read this as him having really pale skin and being completely naked.
Just like got a little update of a loincloth just to protect his modesty a little bit. But even that's blown to the side so his balls can rest on this guy's head.
And she basically has this thing, this story where she's like controlling Daredevil, but can only control him at night. And he is wearing like, I guess that is his skin, because he's wearing like a red
loincloth.
He's wearing a red loincloth, which is actually in that first image is kind of blowing out the way, so his junk is directly behind that guy's head at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Wait, go back? He's all those guys are down there like, what the fuck's going on? They're seeing up his like kilt.
Kilts. He's got like a thong as well, like a sumo thong sort of style.
Good lord.
And so he's this whole issue, he's like trying to fight off her like voodoo magic. And it gets kind of like, wow, there's a weird fucking bit. She basically sucks out his soul and puts it in a jar.
Okay.
Brother Voodoo turns up. Do you know about Brother Voodoo?
No! What do you mean Brother Voodoo? What kind of question is that? Oh yeah, Brother Voodoo.
Sorry. This is Brother Voodoo talking to Jay Leno.
Jay Leno was like upset that he...
Do you want to read the title of his book that he's showing?
Do you voodoo? I do. He's got a picture of his face making the same face he's making in the interview.
Brother Voodoo.
Wow, also, did Jay Leno sue the artist? Because it looks like nothing like Jay Leno.
Well, it looks better than fucking Jay Leno. Brother Voodoo ends up like giving some important voodoo tips for Daredevil.
Chekhov's voodoo.
But Brother Voodoo's whole thing, right, is that he's kind of like a Doctor Strange type.
Well, he's got like the Doctor Strange hair, right?
Well, yeah, he's got the white in his hair. I do think the early Brother Voodoo is probably like not great. I know that
he's like Witch Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he later like got a bit more developed, and he got like his own series. His whole thing is, well, he has this weird thing where his brother is dead, but like his spirit is like tied to him, and he can use his brother's spirit to like possess people, and he ends up becoming the Sorcerer Supreme at one point.
Wait,
like,
hold back. So his brother is dead, but he kind of hangs around with his brother and just like, does his brother got a say into who he's like possesses?
I think the brother's is the brother's choice, but
right.
He can be like,
hey, I want to possess this guy. And
go, Greg, attack that guy. I can't remember what he's called. It's not Greg, but
Greg. Mr. Voodoo, Dr. Voodoo. Mom says you can't turn me into anybody else. Okay, we're gonna have fish sticks for dinner. I know he's a 10-year-old boy in this situation, but like, I don't know if I can have if I'm a supervillain or a superhero even. I don't know if I can have my brother possessing people. Just seems like a way for things to go wrong.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I think a lot went wrong for that to happen in the first place. But anyway, basically he explains how in the voodoo religion, according to this comic, I don't know anything. The voodoo religion believes that the soul has two halves. The gross bon ange is the person's will, symbolized by the shadow, and then the T bon ange is the conscience, symbolized by the penumbra. I don't know what I'm fucking saying.
That's good, because I don't do either.
And basically, there are two types of zombies. There's the one that walk without the gross bon ange, without the will, and those that have neither.
Okay, but some of them have the conscience.
Yeah, so there's like different types of zombies. I think basically what it is there's the resurrected body. That's the zombie that's probably more typical to what we know, and then there's the one where it's a person whose will has been removed, so they're kind of half dead.
But the person's still in there, sorry.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Greg Voodoo, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening to Daredevil, right?
And her whole thing is like she's using him to like get these Haitians and put them in coffins to send them back to Haiti to presumably be killed.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she's like...
That's like, like concentration camps or something like that.
Well,
you're spending far too long thinking about this.
Well, I mean, I can't say I was in the best mental state reading this. I was really...
she's reporting Haitians to be murdered, and then...
She calls them traitors. They're like traitors to the Haitian government.
Oh, yeah. So it's not like a specific genocide. That's what I'm getting at.
I mean, it might be.
Oh, good.
I don't know enough about this fictionalized Marvel Haiti.
Unconfirmed genocide, okay.
Yeah. But either way, she's like not like a great person.
This is...
And she's it's a lot darker than like just like, I want my boyfriend to beat up that other guy.
Yeah. I kind of yearn for the days when it was just a weird kink she had.
Daredevil fights her and ends up like... he frees all the souls to drag her to hell, I'm assuming. Yeah. And there's a little ball in the corner to signify that there's a bongo being played at some point. And then basically she's attacked by all these like freed zombies. And then the building falls on her again. And then Daredevil actually reads a file where he's like, oh, she has a nasty habit of escaping fallen buildings.
Who wrote that down? And he doesn't know what her real purpose was, which is partly why I was... That makes two of us, Daredevil. Yeah. That's her other thing. It's funny how she keeps coming back with vague motivations. Why was she doing any of this? And the funniest thing for me, right, just as that addition, right, I said before that sometimes I read comics on a like a online site after reading them on Marvel Unlimited. Oh yeah, like to see the stupid comments and the racists. I'm assuming. Sometimes I read this kind of stuff and I'm like expecting to go down and see someone say, "Oh, this is sick," but like sometimes like faith in humanity is restored, as per commenter Jive Turkey, who commented, "Just awful." Yeah, thank you, Jive Turkey, for bringing in sense where there was no sense.
I will say that nearly half of the issues I'm talking about today are not available on Marvel Unlimited.
I wonder why.
Yeah, take from that what you will.
Daredevil's kilt, probably.
Oh, I was saying, I forget, like, she
Oh,
did-
is that his old costume, actually, wrapped around his, like, junk? Because the little DD in the groin area.
Yeah, maybe she made, I don't know.
Nice little wash that thing that he's done.
Yeah, and
I
I also,
a
there
whole
was
arc
another
of a
comic
Daredevil
with
just
her where
smelling his own balls.
she did turn up in a Kazar comic.
Oh,
you
yeah,
remember
Kazar.
Kazar, like the Tarzan type guy.
No.
Oh, he like lives on the savage land. He's like he's really similar to Tarzan. He hangs out with Saber-toothed Tiger. Cool.
Please tell me he's white.
Oh, he's white. Yeah.
Okay. That's...
And he's got long, flowing blonde hair.
Oh, great. So he's a bit like fucking like He-Man.
Yeah, he really does look like a blonde Tarzan.
Okay, so legally distinct Tarzan.
She's in an issue there, but it's like I didn't even make any notes on the issue. I think it was so inconsequential to her. And then, funnily enough, she turns up again in fucking Daredevil Annual 9.
Oh, okay.
This is the point when I started finding this stuff that I'm like, am I the only person who's read this?
You might be.
No, like, despite being on the cover in the C story of this.
Well, they made her more demonic somehow.
Yeah, she's like, they make her real, like, skeletal.
It's fucking gross.
The art in this one's a bit...
I didn't mind the art in this one.
Actually, it's the same artist.
It's quite a bit of practice.
But basically, she finds the body of Simon Garth, who is a zombie. I don't know much about him, but he's consistently a zombie as a character in Marvel
He's
Comics.
canonically a zombie.
Yeah, I think he might be called Zombie.
His name is Zombie.
But basically, he was a zombie guy who's been put to rest. The guy who put him there is like refusing to bring him back, so Calypso kills him.
I'm guessing that's the guy who refuses to bring him back.
Yeah,
Getting stabbed through the chest
with a horn.
With something vaguely ethnic.
And she takes the blood of this guy, captures his soul. There's this whole weird thing where
What is she doing with the horn?
I think that's in her. I think she's tucked that into her. Very tiny, like loincloth waistband.
I hope so. I hope because from like the face she's making, it does not look like she's doing
but then, but the dialogue when he refuses first before she kills him, she says, "You strike a hard bargain, old man. Perhaps if Calypso submits herself to you."
Don't tease that old man like that.
No, I mean she's trying to offer sex for Zombie. But then he says
the oldest
no,
profession in the world.
So she kills him, and then she uses his blood to bring back the guy anyway.
Yep.
She resurrects that Daredevil doppelganger as well to fight the zombie, to prove the power of the zombie.
To who?
Herself?
To that fucking guy she just killed?
But then the devil the devil dare and the zombie fight, and the devil almost wins. But she drives it away with her bongos, and then the zombie realizes what has happened to his friend, so frees his friend, and then is like,
the devil
fuck you,
almost
and
wins,
away.
But she drives him away with her bongos.
Yeah, we're not like the devil.
Oh, that makes it so much
the
better.
Daredevil doppelganger devil.
Okay.
But that's a brief stint there, and then there's in the following year in Web of Spider-Man 109.
Oh, she's back in Spider-Man comics now.
Oh yeah. That was a brief detour.
It was.
Yeah, I think this era we're in now is like some of my least favorite stuff.
It is definitely weird lore, and it is definitely bullshit. Oh, she looks kind of like less demonic now.
This is her, right? I don't know if you'd pick this out. This is a very Mystique and X-Men 2 shit. Like she like seduces a guy in a bar and like gets him to drink shit, and knowing that he's a guard in a prison that she can then like,
break into.
She basically like has drugged him so she can control him and get in to the vault where she can go in and attack and free the lizard. Because
this is alive. Oh, he survived the building.
And he's in prison now.
Okay.
And then she's coming in like, I guess to fuck with him. She just loves it.
She loves fucking with this lizard man.
And Yeah. And
So when this becoming her dead boyfriend, or has she just gotten over that now?
Yeah.
It's like unresolved trauma. Is he wearing his lab coat in jail?
No, but I think it's just a convenient long white shirt that will rip to make him actual lizard again.
Yeah.
But basically, she's like, "Oh fuck you, Kurt Connors. You're not useful to me. I need my favored pet." And he's like, "Oh, not this shit again." He transforms, and then he's so bestial that she can't control him. He's freed, and she is killed by the lizard.
Oh, that's the end of Calypso.
We'll see, like, she's on a slab in the next issue. Yep, she's dead.
That's a fitting end to.
But then you've got an issue, right, which where are we?
Where are we, indeed?
In an issue called Spider-Man 97, issue 1.
Oh, so at that point, Marvel have filed for bankruptcy at this point.
yes, literally, this is the year.
Okay.
I haven't read this issue, so I'm going off. I did as much research as I could. There are not illegal scans of this online. This is the only Spider-Man issue I've tried to find and could not find.
Wow.
If illegally or illegal. The only thing I found, which is I put this question to our Discord, and someone found it on eBay, and I almost bought it. And then I was like,
hundreds of pounds.
It was not. It was like something like $4. But I was like, I don't know if I want to own something which I am almost certain will be trash.
Well, you have a copy of the series.
Do I?
No, I do.
It turns out that one of Calypso's agents knew to give this talisman to Glory Grant.
Oh,
you'll
no.
know from the show.
Oh, Glory Grant.
Glory Grant gets involved in some weird shit in the comics. She dates a werewolf at one point.
She dates a
Wait.
I think just like draw that in and like, yeah, let's move past the date. Does she know she's a werewolf?
I don't think
it's like a Teen Wolf situation.
No, when she first meets. She finds out he's like a criminal, and it turns out he's a criminal werewolf.
Oh, she was finding the criminal bit, but it's like
he's part of the. I think they're called the Lobo Brothers, and it's like there's like two werewolf brothers who do crime, and then she dates one of them for a while.
When you go out with me.
Anyway, Glory goes on vacation to the Caribbean.
Oh, they did so well that they went on a vacation together.
This is unrelated to the Lobo brothers. I think
they're breaking up by that point.
Yeah, I think that was in the 80s.
Okay.
In 97, she's free to go to the Caribbean on vacation by herself. And okay, like I do not have answers to any questions here. This is just what I wrote down from the things I read online. I think because of the way things ended with the werewolf, she doesn't like Spider-Man anymore. Because I guess he had to beat up her boyfriend.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing about dating a werewolf criminal is you know that Spider-Man's gonna kick his ass at some point. That relationship has like an end date. They got different lives, different worlds.
One of Calypso's agents could sense the mutual hatred of Spider-Man, so gave her this special talisman so that she could be possessed by Calypso's spirit, which is being trapped in the amulet of Damballa.
Okay.
And she then uses Glory's body to dig up her body so that she can perform a ceremony to return into her actual body.
Okay, let's rewind. So, Glory Grant goes on a date with a werewolf criminal.
Yes.
And then, through dating this werewolf criminal, she comes to hate Spider-Man. Because I'm assuming the werewolf criminal...
Yeah, because I think Spider-Man has to beat the shit out of...
Oh, so that's probably why they broke up. So she blames Spider-Man for ending her werewolf relationship.
Yeah.
And a stranger on this Caribbean island goes, I've heard you hate Spider-Man, why do you take this random voodoo, like...
Oh, I think she senses it and then sneaks
Oh, she didn't even fucking say it. She's just like...
No, it's just like mystically...
I sense this person hates Spider-Man, so I'm giving this thing to, like...
Just bearing in mind, I did not read this issue.
I'm actually kind of glad you didn't.
Yeah, I mean, but then, I was like curious. I was curious, but not that curious.
I would have more questions, and I don't think I'd want more questions.
Man, Then, oh god, this gets so much weirder.
How?
Well, okay, it doesn't get weirder, but Spectacular Spider-Man 249.
Okay.
This is the weird thing about these issues is that it's written by J.M. DeMatteis, who has done a bunch of good shit, including Kraven's Last Hunt.
But not Spectacular Spider-Man 249.
It's not his best work,
No.
I would say. It's not that bad, it's just very strange. But basically, Kraven comes back kind of like seemingly alive.
No hole in the head this time.
This is like some Mark Bagley art.
Oh, look at that. She actually is like covered up a bit.
Yeah. She's still like, it's still a comic book lady.
But at least now she's like, you can't see like, she actually got back covering now. I think it's the first time in the whole issues.
Yeah, she's got like actual clothes on.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But
basically.
they're all like ass shots, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's a downside.
She kind of, oh shit, it's Kraven. Hey, what's up? And then he's like.
He just slaps the shit out of her.
Yeah, he's like, fuck you. Kraven is dead.
Here's a lion.
And
was the lion? Did he bring the lion, or the lion like just hanging around?
He has a lion that hangs out with him.
Okay. Yeah.
This is fucking wild. He's like, fuck off, and then she's like, hey, I'm gonna just follow you around. Oh, there's another butt shot for you.
Yeah, this is all butt shots.
And she like seduces him, and
the lion watches, I guess.
And then they sleep together, and this is kind of fucked up. He maniacally laughs, says it's amusing that she came seeking the father and found the son instead.
Oh, this is the son of Kraven.
This is the son of Kraven, who who she sleeps with thinking is Kraven.
So when did Kraven have a kid? And our second question, is it Calypso's son?
It's no. She doesn't have any
There's like old boy that shit. Like,
no, there's a...
Sorry, spoilers for old boy.
There's not like a... It's a retcon, like he has a son at a different point who grew up in a separate
thing. Really loves prostitutes.
Let's not get distracted too much by Kraven's son.
I kind of don't know why Kraven like has a progeny.
But he's basically...
Because like, I guess like with Kraven though, like there's no way he was wearing a condom throughout any of the fucking that he was doing at any point. He was raw dogger.
Believe me. Yeah.
Kraven the raw dogger.
Yeah. He kicks her out and reveals himself to be Alyosha Kravinoff, the last surviving child, Sergei.
Oh, the rest of the mobile lines.
And he goes after Spider-Man, and I think you'll enjoy is
shit!
He's got a tiger and a lion, but there's more.
Also, he's got like an open robe.
Oh yeah, well he's just done fucking his stepmom.
He's just fucking naked all the time.
Yeah. Oh, there's a monkey too.
Oh god.
And he fights them as training, but they're like friends as well, you know.
Okay. There's a lot of like Austin Powers like covering up his junk with various animal paws and stuff like that.
Then he goes out and he attacks Spider-Man.
That's an elephant on my building. Okay.
Okay, I think this might have been the point when I was like, okay, fuck it, we're doing a weird lore.
Okay, so how does he get the elephant on top of a building?
I don't know, but
is it like fucking True Lies where he like runs into an elevator?
This elephant is like jumping around as well. Like
that's fucking rad.
His whole thing, he was born in the African jungle.
Of course.
21 years ago, raised there, given tutors, raised to be a true hunter. Sergei turned up occasionally, but wasn't really there.
Oh, he's a deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
Of course.
And then he just wanted to get to know his father through Spider-Man. But then Calypso ends up like attacking them both because she's like kind of pissed at him, as you can imagine.
He like hit it and quit it. She wanted to stay and play.
She basically is like, okay, because Spider-Man is to blame for Kraven's death, according to her, she's like, you've allied with the devil, you know, and gone back on your family.
Even though she literally fought the devil like 10 years ago.
Yeah, different devil. She just had a few crazy years. She's back to normal. She's off her voodoo drugs.
Yeah.
She then drugs them both to make them fight each other.
Uh-huh.
Which goes on until Spider-Man resists and fights back, throws a spear at her.
Oh, I thought it was a spear.
The Spider-Man with a spear.
Yeah.
There's a funny moment as well where Spider-Man doesn't know what to do, where he's like, I can't take her to the police station for practicing voodoo.
License. Which is like the most sense that anything has made throughout this journey.
And then she ends up getting attacked by, I almost said Kraven, Alyosha's lion.
Oh, his companion lion.
Yeah. And
He's like mad at her for like taking him away from him.
this is where
Gets fucking weird.
I don't have any answers for this next bit. I'm so sorry. Basically, he decides to spare her.
Okay.
He's like, I want to ask your forgiveness and all this stuff, and completely backtracks on like all the bullshit. And then they kind of like end on a truce with everyone.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, everything's fine.
I feel like a twist is coming.
The twist is coming, right? Because at the end of the issue, we abruptly cut to Alyosha in his room, in a house littered with the dead corpses of his own men, with that lion saying, "I'm Kraven, I am the hunter, and the slaughter has just begun." By his feet is Calypso,
Assuming he slept with again.
who is dead, her dead body on the floor. Bear in mind, what was she wearing in these previous scenes? She's wearing like those, like a particular kind of, it's like Kraven themed, but it's like full body, whatever.
And she's in her underwear.
Now she's in her underwear and they're in the bedroom. There is no context given to this.
I'm assuming they slept together.
That's the assumption you'd have, but also he has no reason for killing her. And I don't know if I might have no reading comprehension, but I didn't get this. And when I looked at comment sections, people were like, why did he do that? And then, as far as I'm aware, Calypso never comes up ever again.
When was this? Like 1999 or something?
This was 98.
Okay.
And there's no more Calypso.
Oh no.
So
up until now.
Up until Zero, there's nothing. There is a current series that J.M. DeMatteis is writing, which is called The Lost Hunt, which is like a flashback to a Kraven-related story set around this time, maybe a bit later or a bit earlier, I'm not sure. Like, there's a chance that Calypso shows up in that. I'm not up to date on it. But if it was, it's a flashback of her during that time. But she has not appeared in another comic that I've heard of. And so she is killed out of nowhere for no real reason.
Oh, the kind of like is in theme for her. She shows up for no reason, does things for no reason, dies for no reason.
I would say like the through line between those early issues and her appearance at the start of this arc with Kraven's son is the only time it kind of makes sense of like her. She loves Kraven. Kraven is dead. She sees the son. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing hanging out with Spider-Man?" They fight. They end up having a truce, but then she just dies randomly and it's not really dealt with. I don't know what happened, whether this was meant to lead to something and they just didn't get to write those stories.
Maybe this is when like Sony bought them out. Like, no.
There was a lot of shit going on behind the scenes. They were like, we can't pay our editor.
Maybe they were like, we just save it for a movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, Calypso's going to be in that Kraven movie. 2023, year of the Kraven.
Jesus Christ.
It's the year of Kraven, as we like to say. As Henry loves to say it.
I've said it exactly 0 times.
It's going to keep happening.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
That's it for Calypso.
That line looks so confused. Even he's like, I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Anyway, what are your thoughts on Calypso?
One of the most pointless Spider-Man villains I've ever seen. Just like, at no point during that arc do I understand what her deal was. It goes from like, maybe she's kind of getting off on Kraven the Hunter to she's now possessing Spider-Man, tormenting him because she blames him for her lover's suicide. And then she's like, I've got this whole thing planned for Spider-Man. And then she forgets about it. And then she remembers about it again. And then she dies. And she comes back to life. And she dies again. You know, and it's like...
Yeah.
Most of the time, Spider-Man's not even aware of why she's...
Oh, yeah. These are his issues. But he's very like, oh, she's here again?
Yeah. He doesn't seem particularly bothered. Considering like she tormented him all this shit. He's kind of like, oh, it's you again.
The best thing about all of this is that this is not the end of the Kraven saga in Weird Lore.
I think I know what's coming, but I don't want to talk about it right now.
Anyway, so I don't know. Do we still rate these? Do you want to rank? Do you want to give it a letter grade or?
Oh, I kind of do actually. Well, for racism, it gets an A.
Wait,
top
what does
quality
that-
racism.
What does that mean?
It was like pretty racist.
But an A in racism is also an F in racism, right?
I mean, like, doing racism well, like, regardless of the implications of said racism, you could get, like an A for racism and, like, put an F for, like, human decency, I guess.
Okay, well, maybe let's go with that second one.
Yeah. Genocide also gets, like, a very low grade. There's a lot of genocide that probably didn't need to happen.
Yeah. A lot of needless...
It's an A for loincloth.
Yeah.
And, like, a solid B.
There's a lot of loincloth in,
Like
in this
there's
episode.
an absurd amount of loincloth. There's a kilt.
There's not a kilt.
I don't know what like, Daredevil was wearing. Like,
I think it was another loincloth.
Ugh. There was some teabagging. Didn't need to happen. Jesus Christ. I don't know. I feel like in terms of weird lore, there's actually been more pathetic villains. You know, more pointless, more stupid villains.
Yeah,
I think she's just bad at her
she does
job.
almost kill him. Torment, I guess.
I think she's just bad at her job. She needs some direction. I'm gonna give Calypso a C. C for Calypso.
Well, it was very nice of you, but I guess you didn't have to read this bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for this week's Weird Lore Bullshit Corner.
Oh yeah,
And next week's, because we don't do this weekly.
Yeah. Not by a long shot. But yeah, that's all she wrote for Calypso. If you have any opinions on Calypso, because I imagine you've got a few, and some of you want to watch and see the panels where she shows up for your own reasons, I'm not going to like judge you for at all, and you can do that all on our blog. But yeah, if not, just drop us an email on that90spidermanshow@gmail.com. That's all one word, no hyphens, no spaces, no periods. No spaces, obviously, because it's an email address. Or hit us up on the internet.
On the Discord.
Yep, absolutely. And otherwise, stay tuned for our next episode. But for now, we're done with the Winner Bullshit Corner. I'm going back to the train station. I can hear it pulling in now. Whoop, whoop. And that's our stop. We've got to head on back to regular town.
I don't want to acknowledge this weird train.
I mean, I just acknowledge all this weird shit that's going on, okay? You can give me this one little fucking mercy.
Oh, fine, you get your train.
Get my train. And that's our train. I've got to go now. All aboard, everybody. And see you next time from that 90s Spider-Man show where we go back to the podcast and the actual cartoon that we sometimes cover. So long and good night.